I'm here in Taiwan during this 2018 August monsoon, and normally you can see some of the grass here. Normally you'd be able to just walk maybe on the side of this. Might not be a good idea because it's mostly, I mean, it's not mowed or anything. There could be snakes that would live in there, but the water is really high up on both sides. Here you have maintenance roads. These are levees because this river comes down off of the mountain, and the mountains are up that way. On a clear day, you could see mountains up along that area up there. This is the other side of the river over here. Now, as I understand, see, there's water just pouring off of the bridge. This whole thing is, it's bank to bank flowing. There should be grass down here. You can see some of the grass over here. And there's, a lot of crops have been damaged in the lower areas. It's just a really heavy rain. I don't think we're looking at this point at nationwide utter disasters. Look over here. We've got, trees over here, a road here. We've got, these are rice paddies up here, rice paddies over there. Things are mostly fine. It's in some of the lower areas that they have the problem. Now, as I understand, a monsoon is a big super rainstorm. It's been raining, we're pushing 2.5 weeks. Now, it hasn't been raining constantly. There will be breaks. There are days, of course, that I can go to the skate park. Oh, praise Jesus. But the thing is, it lasts a long time. So we're looking at a monsoon, and it's funny how it works. It's like there's this little multi-dimensional window, and there are no clouds on this side, no clouds on that side, but the clouds roll through, and it's like right above Taiwan is this little portal to another dimension where you see the cloud. They go through, they get to the end, they stop, and then they keep forming on this side. So this happens. It's called a lingering cloud, but this time it's a monsoon. We're talking really, really big. I don't think we're talking hurricane. It's a depression. Basically, this is a really big baby. It's a really big baby typhoon, but it's not even a typhoon class. It's just a lot of water. Now, the way a monsoon works, it's just a big storm, but then a torrent, and maybe you can you see the rain. A torrent is just a lot of little tiny baby rain. Just little baby, itty bitty baby rain. And I don't know what that idiot's stopping there for. Cars are all... Maybe he's looking at the foreigner. That happens. Oh, look at the junk down there just clipping right along. This is normally a very slow-moving river, but what happens is when you get a whole bunch of little tiny baby rain, the rainfall in a short period of time is enormous. There's this little tiny rain here like this. You go constantly, and this is happening all over, and it doesn't seem like much, but the amount of water coming down is huge. It's absolutely huge. And so we get stuff like this. As you can see, there's a lot more room that this water could rise to, and to rise to higher levels. Oh, look at that. Look at that bottle down there just clipping right along. In order for this to rise to higher levels, it would take a lot. These levees are pretty strong, and they're pretty high. But I don't know. At this point, I would say maybe 2 to 3 meters above normal. I'm just guessing because I don't see a measurer. But sometimes in some areas, especially on lower lying roads, they actually have the water level marked off on some of these leveed rivers because they're gauging what the rainfall actually is. So I found a water gauge, and I was right on the money. I said 2 or 3 meters, and so there we are, 2 meters above normal. And so this is a little tiny baby river here. Taiwan is a country of deltas. And so this is measuring the water here in this little tiny road. You know, this is something. I'll explain what this is. This was originally a block to keep cars from driving through here. I believe a Hummer could drive through here, a larger vehicle, but normal cars wouldn't be able to. Well, cars kept hitting it because drivers are dumb, and so they came along with this longer one. And the locals, and see, they bolted it down here, and the locals decided they didn't want it, so they tore it up. This is another example of government not knowing how to govern the people. So this was kind of fun. But the locals left it here because they don't want cars coming through, but the bigger one was too much in the way for, you know, stuff. So, that's... There's our rain. So there we are. So there's our flooding. Not particularly huge, but there, that's the rainfall. Now, yesterday we were looking at this river, and all this was covered with water. That was just yesterday. And so we've got this torrent coming down here. We looked at the river that way. Yesterday we looked at this, and you can see the banks of the river and how much the water level has already gone down just in one day. This is 24 hours later, maybe 22 hours later. The rain was calm yesterday, and so the water drained very quickly. So now we've got horrible torrents coming down. I mean, this is just, look at this. This is just a lot of water, many little tiny drops of water in a very short period of time. A mild breeze, nothing dangerous. And that's our monsoon. So the water is still overflowing from what it normally is, but you can see how much the water went down because these banks on both sides were completely covered yesterday. So that I'm showing you this to illustrate what I mean when I say that the water in Taiwan drains away very quickly, very quickly, even torrents. This is walled in all around, you can see, and we've got our sewage, not sewage, but we've got a drain flow river up here. We've got more over there. It's all walled in. This is a seasonal drain river here, and this holds a little bit of water for rice paddies, and these are filled up too much, and any crops in here have been damaged, and that's what the big concern is. This is the concern, because little damage like this all across Taiwan is adding up to millions of US dollars in damaged crops. This is one of the concerns with the monsoon. This type of stuff. It's not particularly dangerous. It's just killing crops. So that's what the main concern is with all the news. These, I do believe, are banana trees. We got some out there. We just had all that rain, but it's dried up. Some of the ground is still wet, even though the last little bit of rain was yesterday, just not much, but it's been dry. But you can see along the bank of the river how much lower the water is. And you can see, I'm going to try to zoom in here to see if you can get some of this. You can see all the dead grass where the rain for almost 3 weeks, where the water was flowing for almost 3 weeks every day. And you can see where some of the dead grass is. And this is what the river normally looks like.